This week on Xenomania, join us as we take a trip to meet the goodest of good boys Indy in the 2025 film Good Boy. Along the way, we learn that kids and dogs see ghosts first, that Indy is really a very good and loyal boy, and we play a game with devastating consequences for the cinematic world. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah, you're talking
I'm
about this
I'm
game. It's gonna ruin our lives, supposedly. Like, this is supposed to be a heartwarming episode about a dog protecting his owner from ghosts. Come on now.
I mean, if we want to go that route, Indy did not succeed.
Neither did the other dog, but you know, Eddie.
Indy was not successful in defending his owner, but we'll come back to that. This game is beautiful. Beautiful. I only made Allison get rid of two of her favorite movies ever. in this game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It's going to be horrible.
And I think I made it even more evil for you guys because I did not even choose the order the pictures are in this time.
Allison,
Nope.
random AI. Oh,
They're randomized,
I don't think AI. Yeah,
buddy.
it's like John's not really a big AI guy.
No, they're just randomized. I don't even know what the order's gonna be.
oh, this is
Interesting.
gonna be bad. So basically, with our luck,
Blood
the
bath.
best movies are probably gonna be on top. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Hey,
You think there's only gonna be 3 good movies on this list?
oh,
in this
hell
game?
no, no.
And listen, we're adding a layer, but let's get to that in a little bit because we have a good boy
We
to talk
do.
about.
That's our movie this week, everybody. It's about a dog.
It is
I
about
like
a
this
dog.
a lot more than I thought I was
There
going
is-
to.
I did too. They really did a good job sort of making a dog's perspective without knowing what a dog's perspective is.
Now,
they did.
I was expecting first person, like doggo vision, and I'm glad they didn't go that route. They kept it. They kept the camera
me too.
trained on the dog, and the dog was a character.
Yeah.
What made
yeah.
it work was like the close camera angles, the lighting, the shadows. I mean, a dog can really see what, like black and white, maybe blue,
Mhm.
yellow. I think yellow,
Mhm.
but overall, like the whole atmosphere is like dark, and that's what the dog is seeing. And it's
Yeah.
like that universal vibe, if that makes sense. Just using the
Mhm.
shadows and the music in the background, and at an hour
Mm-hmm.
13, it's a perfect length.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you go too much longer with this movie, it's almost unwatchable at that point. But an hour 13 is a
And they stuck
perfect
the
length.
ending, which is wild. And it's
Mhm.
not an expansive metaphor, but it's definitely a metaphor, which I always enjoy.
yeah.
It's a message movie, people. Think
Yep.
when a monster calls, if anybody watched that, and I slay giants, it's the same story. I think we talked about that in a previous episode. That's the exact same story from 2 different authors, and they made 2 movies that are the same movie. It's wild how like they're the exact same thing. But yeah, this is the same concept. So if you've seen those, you kind of know what's coming.
And I like what they do with the human faces, that they're either unseen or obscured almost the entire
Yeah,
movie.
which is pretty neat.
Until you get to the very end, and then it makes sense when you can see the face.
Yeah,
But we'll get to
do
that.
we get rid of that early?
I think one of the more impressive elements of this is two really impressive elements of Good Boy. It's director Ben Leonberg's first
Oh, wow.
feature-length
Okay.
film, and the dog is his dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Indy is his dog. Indy is not a trained stage dog. Indy is just
He's
his
not.
dog.
That dog did amazing then.
Yeah, he
He's
did
not.
great.
Like-
Well, let's see if you still think this after I give you this bit of information. This took 3 years to film, 400 days of filming, because there were some days the dog wouldn't do what he wanted the dog to do.
I also
Okay,
thought there were
fair.
breaks in between though. It wasn't continuous shooting. Like I thought there were patches.
Yeah, it was 400 days
Yeah.
over 3
Oh,
years.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like that's yeah, derp.
So yeah,
But but to like release a film at 73 minutes, and the budget was 70,000 and it made 8.7 million. That's like it's a big step, and like I don't know if he's done anything else, but like he's in
he hasn't done
now,
anything
so he's
since.
like in the right direction for his next picture. I mean, with the amount of money he's earned, let's see what you can do
Oh
with like a
yeah.
bigger budget.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that sometimes that's the problem for these guys, right? You can do it with the small budget because there's no pressure,
Right.
and then they get the bigger budget and they just have it don't know what to
I
do.
mean, you can think the Kevin Smith way though. Like you go from Clerks, and then you got like Mallrats,
Mhm.
which is a little higher, but like Dogma is where it's like,
Yeah, but even Dogma, I don't think was a huge budget. I think Kevin Smith didn't get a really large budget until Cop Out.
Oh, really?
wow,
Yeah, I think that was like the first time they really gave him a lot of money, and
Bruce Willis, Tracy Morgan. I mean,
you
fair.
know, it didn't
No, it
end
did
well.
not. He tried to do that Superman movie. I remember seeing the documentary, right? Did he try to do it with Nick Cage?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, the Death of Superman
He
documentary.
blamed it
Yeah,
on he
yeah,
blamed them for stealing his villain idea and putting it in Wild Wild West,
yep.
which is pretty funny. Kevin Smith's a G, man. I love him.
yeah. He does not any of the times if you could ever see him speak, whether it's like one of the home DVD releases or in person, it's probably worth doing because he's as good a storyteller in that setting as he is cinematically, and he's got so many great
Yeah, I bet he's got
stories.
a billion we've never heard too.
I
Hmm.
mean, the majority is shown ironically in his films. I mean, Clerks is based on his life,
Yeah.
like when he was working in
Yeah,
the store.
yeah, absolutely.
Minus like getting
Yeah,
shot at the end, but that's the alternate
yeah.
ending.
We're way off on a
Sorry.
tangent, but I'll finish it. I'm so glad that's not the ending that they
Oh,
went with.
same.
That would have it would have changed that whole movie
I
irreparably.
mean, the question is, have you seen the film with that ending? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's on it's on at least one of the DVD releases, and it's such a
Oh,
downer.
100%. Like,
like like Clerks kind of ends on a downer to
Yeah,
begin
true.
with the whole Caitlin Bree thing and all that,
I,
and
I mean,
Yeah,
the guy
that
was dead
happened.
in the
It's cool.
bathroom.
The cat's busy back there.
but
Chilling out.
mhm,
He's
yeah,
hanging
he's
out.
standing on the tortoises right now.
But yeah, man. Back to Good Boy. It's not a Kevin Smith feature.
Yeah,
No,
You know what
back
this
to
one
Good
got me
Boy.
with a little bit? It brought me back to Watchers. Anybody remember the Kuntz movie, Watchers, with the Golden Retriever, Einstein?
I haven't seen it yet.
That's the
I
one
didn't
where if
see
you
it.
read the book's actually worthy. It's a golden retriever is being experimented on in a some sort of facility, and so is this monster. And the monster's jealous of the retriever because everybody loves the fucking golden retriever. And they both escape, and the dog is crazy smart. That's like what they were doing to it. And the monster wants to kill the dog because jealous. So the dog links up with a human, and they're friends, and they become, I guess you can't say it's his pet because the dog's smarter than the guy. But yeah, and you get a lot of dog perspective throughout the whole thing with like the
Mhm.
dog knows the monster's over there. The guy doesn't know the monster's over there. So it really brought me back to Watchers from back then. I'm thinking it's called Watchers.
Mhm.
I could be wrong now because yeah, no, it is Watchers. Phantoms is the other one. That's the other Kuntz one. Um, but yeah, that brought me back to it a bit. And if anybody out
Yeah.
there in the universe remembers Watchers, please, please let us know because damn it, I need some
Mhm.
validation.
I mean, I believe you. I'll put it on, I've heard of it. I believe John's heard of it. I want to watch it. But you mentioned
The
Phantoms.
movie's
I mean,
okay. The book is good.
is it better than Phantoms?
The book?
No, no, the
The book
movie.
is better than Phantoms. The movie is not better than Phantoms.
I mean, the book is
That's
Phantoms.
arguable,
Is
actually. Phantoms the book is pretty good too, actually. But
the
this is
book is excellent.
OG. Watchers is OG Kuntz. Phantoms is the end of that era, so it's a little different. But anyway, back to Good Boy.
Back to Good Boy, which so Good Boy really works on the theory that dogs and kids see ghosts
I mean,
first.
Yes,
In the case of Good Boy, the dog is the only one who really sees
which
anything.
is an interesting concept. How they reveal the ghost. This is like
Hmm.
in the shadows, and you just see like the
Hmm.
embodiment. I was expecting to see like more
Hmm.
like ghastly figures, but like just to see like the figure in the shadow and then maybe a little bit of the face. It was a different take,
Hmm.
but I feel like that's what a dog would
Yeah.
be seeing. Even a kid is like an embodiment of something, not the full thing.
mhm.
Yeah, I like that element. I like. Well, I really think he does a lot of good stuff with his Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever.
That's what that is.
Yes, I
That's a
looked
cute
it up.
dog.
Yes, I learned a little bit about Nova Scotia duck tolling retrievers. If you guys want to know,
Yes.
Yes,
they're they're the smallest of the
Mm.
retrievers. They tend to be very affectionate and good with
of
kids.
course.
They're good hunters, hikers, campers, and swimmers because they have webbed
Ooh, that's
feet.
Ooh,
cool.
that's cool.
Right? That's a pretty
That is a
cool
very
dog.
cool dog. That's a good boy.
That's a pretty cool
That
dog.
It's a
is
good
a
That's a
boy
very
right
good
good
there.
boy.
boy.
And now we're going to be in the market for a dog at some point. I want a golden, but I could definitely settle for a
A
Nova
Nova,
Scotia.
a Nova Scotia. Watch next
Yeah, I
week.
mean
Here,
Yeah.
his name's Indy. Did you
they
steal him?
they
Oh,
are often mistaken for golden
But
retrievers.
they're
I'm
smaller.
like how
Smaller, yep.
small though? I
Well,
mean,
Indy's
like
pretty tiny. I can't imagine it's a
Indy's
3 or
not a
4
big
year movie, so
dog,
he
no.
looks like a puppy the whole movie.
that's what I was saying. Like I figured
Hmm.
like he'd be like growing a little bit more because my dog's like got a little golden retriever in her, and she's like up to my knee. So I'd expect like that's like the normal size. So maybe by the
For a
calf.
golden, goldens can be tall. At the top of the head, a golden can be at your chest. Well, a little lower than your chest. They can get very, very big.
Really?
There are some very
Hmm.
there's golden retrievers I've seen where they're statuesque. They're unbelievably gorgeous dogs. There's two different variants. There's like an English one, I think, and then there's an American, and one's very
Yep.
stocky. I forget which is which. Like one has more of a broad head.
Not the American one. The American
Hmm.
one's a little more slender.
Is that the way of it? Okay. So yeah, the more aquiline face and everything tend to be the taller, more lengthy ones, I think. But I just love them. We went to a wedding in Colorado, and our friend's parents' dog was there, and I think the dog's name's Arlo. Sorry for doxing you, Arlo. The dog, from snout to tip of tail, had to be 7 feet long. The thing is huge and gorgeous, super well behaved. Like a pleasure to be around it. It felt like you stumbled upon a friggin' unicorn when you were near that dog. I love him, dude. I love that they did this movie with the dog and like kept that sort of majesty the whole time too. You just wanted to pet the dog the whole movie.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Even when his poor mess of a Todd is falling
Yeah, so we
apart.
should get into the dark part.
Hmm.
This is a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's a horror movie with, and it definitely touches on some scary stuff, but it's also pretty
I had a
Yeah, it
emotional.
hard time
is.
with it. I had a hard time with it because it was so depressing.
Eh, Because about halfway through, it goes beyond being just a
Oh yeah.
ghost movie
Yeah.
when we discover that old Todd has an inoperable brain tumor.
You know, with any attitude like that, it's inoperable. But if you get the right guy out there, you can operate on it. You can operate on anything, really, if you think about it.
I mean,
I
you just
mean,
need to.
You're
yeah,
just
fair,
not going to make it through.
fair.
I listen.
Turns into
Yeah,
an
I
Steve
mean,
autopsy real fast.
Steve Martin was successful in The Man with Two Brains. I believe in Steve Martin.
It's true.
He can handle it. But it's interesting that
yeah,
like
yeah.
when he finds out about this, the way he copes is he goes to his grandfather's isolated cabin. Like he kind of shuts everyone out. He shuts his sister Vera out.
Hmm.
Like he's like given up. I feel like he's trying
Yeah.
to fight, but
Uh,
he's like I need to do this battle myself,
Yeah.
and It's a lot
Mhm.
because even in the beginning, I think
Mhm.
he goes into remission.
Well, he's come out of it, so it's intoned that he was in remission and that it has returned. And
Mhm.
then they
Mhm.
found out, oh, it's not only is it returned, but it is advanced and metastasized, which means spread.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah, and there's a line early on that seems kind of throwaway when he gets to the grandfather's house about how his family dies
yeah.
young.
Yeah,
And like in the moment it's just like, yeah, I guess his grandfather died young. And his grandfather is somebody we should point out cuz he's sort of a cult horror big name kind of person. Larry
Hmm.
Fessenden,
okay.
he's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh, I know that dude.
Yeah, you absolutely know the dude. He's been in tons and tons of stuff, and then he sneaks into like Killers of the Flower
Yep.
Moon as like an unnamed character. But like he's
That's just his
lots and
cool
lots
ass
of cool
agent right
stuff.
there, being like, come on, it's Larry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him in.
Larry.
Yeah, he was in a Wendigo movie. He's been in a bunch of
He
stuff that was
he
really cool. You're
he wrote
next.
Until Dawn, which is cool,
Oh,
which is a
neat.
video game,
Yeah.
which it's like basically creating your own horror film. Like
Until Dawn
he's done a lot.
is really well loved.
Oh, he's in Man of Medan too, which is like a spiritual successor too in that sense. Oh, Until Dawn is
Hmm.
the movie is a cool concept, but the original game, the idea with like there's monsters out there, but the question is it monster, is it slasher, and how it blends based on your choices.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, it's a cool
it
concept.
it's so good. I mean, it's grown,
Yeah.
it has grown, but
Like, I like the story concepts of those games. I don't like the gameplay of those games because there's not a lot of actual gameplay.
the Quarry,
I
the
gotcha.
Quarry would be the highest recommendation with the most gameplay out of it.
Hmm. Yeah, like I played a trial of that. It was fine. Like I was into the story, but I find that I get distracted when I play a game and there's not a lot of actual
Yeah,
gameplay.
fair.
It's like the next generation of the adventure click and point game, I feel.
Yeah,
Like
they had their
more
Yeah.
place in time, but I agree with John. Like, I get bored of like the clock tower esque sort of games and things like that, where you just like click this,
Hmm.
hide there, and then an animation plays for 17 seconds, and you're like, that's why I
oh, I
hated it.
love that.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
King's Quest?
King's Quest. No, but that's different. 'Cause that's different because you're actively. That's an RPG style thing too. I think King's Quest and Heroes
Hmm.
Quest Sierra games are very different.
Tell me, did you jump off the cliff? I
Always,
know you did. Yeah.
always. I still play Heroes Quest on an emulator. Everyone, I've beaten that game probably once every couple of years since I played it the first time. I always come back to the first one. So you want to be a hero?
Was it typing?
Quest for
Or
yeah.
do you have the click one? Okay.
You can use the remake one where you use the mouse
Yep.
too, but the original was just the keys, baby.
No one's gonna know about the keys.
Yep.
No one. You
It's
had to type
makes
in your stuff,
it
kids.
so hard. Yeah, you had to learn that. Like as a little
Pick
kid,
this
you had
up.
to spell out candelabra. Like knock over. You couldn't beat the game unless you could write knock over candelabra. What
This
kid
is
knows what
why
a candelabra is on their freaking
this,
IBM Aptiva from 1994?
this is why I started with the Secret of Monkey Island.
Secret of
Right?
Monkey. Remember Kingsfield? From Software fans out there too. Kingsfield was of that era too. It was not much longer after those games. Kingsfield was the first Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Yep.
It was so good.
And then
too.
they had. Did you guys ever play the? I know we're off topic, and I'm
So
sorry,
yeah, we're
but
gonna get back. We're gonna probably
hold
zero
on,
in with the game.
hold on, hold on, wait, real quick. The old school VFX games where it was actually an actual movie.
Yes, like Phantasmagoria.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
those are the
but
ones.
speak about
Yeah, I
games. All
remember
right,
those.
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's
You're
be
gonna tear our
see how
souls
bad of
apart.
You
a
You know
ready?
it.
person John was. I refuse to call him a
You
bad
ready?
boy. I don't want him
No,
getting bricked up over there.
Oh, they call me bad boy.
I see
Um,
Rourke coming up.
so it is it's a traditional slasher stash with a
A
twist.
titty twist, I'm sure.
Anything that you slash, you delete forever.
Okay.
You don't just delete the movie, you delete the director's entire filmography.
John Carpenter better not
So
be on
you,
this. You evil man. You
ha
evil
ha
man.
ha ha
You
ha.
evil.
He's actually not because I'll give you guys the theme because it's
Okay.
important. It is
Oh
directorial
boy.
debuts.
Cabin Fever
Okay.
was a directorial debut?
Really?
Cool.
Was
That was really done well too. I mean, we always talk about the bathtub scene and,
Listerine scene.
the Listerine, the bathtub, like all it's so good and not good all at the same time.
so should you choose to stash Cabin Fever, you will not only keep Cabin Fever, you will also keep every Eli Roth movie.
Okay.
Okay.
However, if you slash this, Eli Roth's film career no
So you
longer
slash
exists.
all of his movies.
That includes
Yep.
Hostel.
And
But there are more.
he's
Oh, okay, never mind.
everything he's ever worked on is
Goodbye,
gone.
Eli.
I'm good
I'll
with
see you
that,
in
though. I don't like Hostel.
we'll see you in Glorious Bastards.
So are we? Ah, no, he's not in Inglorious Bastards because his Hollywood career doesn't exist.
Well, it was supposed to go to Adam Sandler, so I'm fine with it. Slash it.
We're
I'm
both
gonna
slashing
slash
Cabin.
Cabin
Goodbye,
Fever, yeah.
Eli Roth. There is no more Eli Roth movies in the world because of you guys.
I
Good
mean,
You're
job.
welcome.
We're gonna be
Rob
okay.
Zombie better be on here.
I was gonna say I can't wait to slash him.
You think I'll put him on here? I didn't
For
do anything
Rage
that
for
easy
Rage
for you
Bait,
guys.
yes.
Oh.
Number 2,
Ooh.
The Evil Dead. Remember, slashed, there are no more Sam Raimi movies. Not just no more Evil Deads. There's no Spider-Man. There's no anything Sam Raimi's ever done. It's gone. Poof.
I'm gonna have to stash it. It's Evil Dead, even without
I'm
worrying about Spider-Man.
I'm actually stashing it because of Spider-Man because I love the first two. I love the first two Spider-Man movies and Evil Dead, but yeah, I gotta stash it.
You mean the
This is
Tobies?
I
oh
mean,
the Tobies, not the third one. Third
Third
one
one
they
was
could
hot
have.
garbage.
Oh God, yes,
Yeah, they-
especially when they revealed the scene where they cut out the Sandman being a castle for his daughter, which could have built the character more, and the studio was like, "No, we don't need this.
Yeah, they screwed
It's
up
okay."
big time.
The second one's the best.
so
Just saying.
this is one of the movies I got Allison to slash. So
What?
you guys might be doing better. Well, this came up dead last.
Oh,
Oh,
right. I forgot
okay.
the order is okay.
Random,
Hey, we got lucky so far with Cabin Fever first and this second.
but it could still go
All
down.
right.
Ooh,
Movie 3.
ooh, ooh.
Be careful here, guys. Be
You might
careful.
have.
You could take George Romero completely out of the world, which would mean not only are there no George Romero movies, there's probably no podcast.
That's true.
Because without Romero,
Wouldn't that
I
be
don't
funny
get into
if we
horror.
slash
the way I
it and then
get
it
into
just
horror.
goes dead air and then there's no more episodes ever again?
We wake up tomorrow morning. Hey, are we doing Xenomania on Friday? No. What are you talking about? What?
What is
That would be
Xenomania?
amazing.
We actually do a comedy podcast.
Are we going to talk about the Notebook?
We should do an episode on that for April Fool's Day.
Never been kissed this week?
I'm gonna have to stash this one too.
Yeah, but you might have Wes Craven. Man.
I could
John,
do
I'm-
Wes Craven. Yeah, it's
John.
gonna hurt you a lot more. It's gonna hurt me, buddy.
That debate is gonna go on for the rest of
I'm
eternity.
stashing it because I love Day of the Dead. Love Night of the
I
Living Dead.
I
just like
We're in 5th grade. There's 5 of us laughing until we piss ourselves because they're beating up what's clearly an inflatable with a fire poker. And we're just, I don't even remember. We're like eating Pop Tarts and we're on a hardwood floor and life is perfect. I can never, I just stash this, yeah.
This is the other movie I got Allison to slash. This is her favorite
Yeah,
movie of all time.
done her dirty.
We're doing good.
I don't know. We'll see. Because remember, there's 3 movies after this that she stashed.
Also, though, how many do we get to keep? 4?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I
No,
got one
3.
more.
Hold on.
No, 3.
Hold
It's
on.
3 and 5. It's always 3 and
Currents, I
5,
heard it was
gentlemen.
4 this
I heard it
week,
was 4
too.
too. It is
Yeah.
It's always
news.
3
4
and
and
5.
4.
Fake news.
Always. You can beg for 4 and 4. It's not going to help you anyway.
Oh geez, that's even worse. All right.
Because I know what's coming. I don't know what order it's coming in, but I know what's on this list. And before we go on, I started reading a book that's about Night of the Living Dead that's particularly fantastic. It's called Partially Devoured.
Ooh, what a name.
It's
like the
a
title.
Daniel Krauss book, and it's Daniel Krauss's. It's sort of like a frame by frame breakdown / memoir of Night of the Living Dead, and he goes into things that like I've noticed and never quite put a finger on, or stuff I didn't even notice. It's really fascinating. I'm like 60 pages into the book and 12 minutes into
Okay.
the movie, so
Okay.
it's a really cool read. All right, next. David Cronenberg, Shivers.
So no
Cronenberg.
scanners, no video drone,
Yeah, it was like
no fly,
Cronenberg. Losing Cronenberg
Nope.
stings, but
but you get the
presenting it
original
with
fly
Shivers makes
with
it
Vincent
easier.
Price.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better because
I'll
I'm
slash
definitely
it.
slashing it. Yeah, definitely slashing it.
You still get a classic fly. You just don't get the Goldblum fly.
Shivers. If you think
All right,
you're afraid of the dark.
4 to go, guys.
4 more to go, and I got to cut 3.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be so mad pretty soon. No Texas Chainsaw Massacres. No Toby Hooper, which means no
John,
Poltergeist.
you just saved
creepy little lady.
some money. I'm slashing it. You just got your money back.
Creepy little lady. I love the creepy little lady. Telling the family about their dangerous situation. I'm going to have to slash it too because I know there's something else coming up that I'm not going to want to slash.
Would he be evil enough to put Don Cascarelli on here?
He might be, actually.
We'll see.
We'll see when he pops
We'll
up.
see. There's plenty evil coming. Next, Bad Taste, which is Peter Jackson's first movie.
That is evil.
By
And then you
Lord
did
of the
this one for
Rings.
me. You wanted to hit the fantasy guy with this one.
Bye. It's all gone. Everything Peter Jackson ever did is gone.
I wonder what the last one's going to be.
The
Though.
Hobbit. Could I live with this because the Hobbit's gone? Because I
Hold
hated
on.
the Hobbit.
Remember, I didn't order this, so I don't even know what the
You
last
still get
one
the
is.
animation version of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, which is I still love.
There's just the Hobbit, isn't there? There's an animated Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it was the sequel, the same animators.
Oh, neat.
And they did Return of the King too. They skipped the Two Towers.
No Frighteners. No Dead Alive. No Kong.
You mentioned Frighteners.
Probably no New Zealand. New Zealand's probably
country?
gone.
He basically
Yeah.
funded it. He filmed everything.
I mean, there are years he was probably half of their GDP, right?
Yeah. But what do you have for last, though?
I can't keep this.
I don't know.
I can't. I have to slash this. I can't have Evil Dead
Why?
and Night of the Living Dead and Bad Taste.
But it's Bad Taste, Lord of the Rings,
But you have
Frighteners.
Sam Raimi. You have Sam Raimi, George Romero, and
Yeah,
Peter Jackson.
I think I'm gonna have to hope that somebody in 2040 makes a better version of Lord of the Rings. Which they won't, by the way, because we won't have the actors.
Nope. It'll be AI. You'll get an AI.
Don't
Lord
start
of the
that.
Rings.
Don't
Stop it.
back garbage.
I would rather just read it, bruh.
After you're saying that, I'm slashing it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't
You know
keep-
what? I'll take Back to the
Let's-
Future over Frighteners, and I love Frighteners.
Frighteners
What's
is
wrong
so
with Back to
good.
the Future, though?
Oh, Frighteners is so much better. Back
Yeah,
to the
but
Future is
I'm
just
looking at the
nostalgia.
benefit.
Frighteners is
It is
awesome.
awesome, but I'm looking at the benefit here in this situation. You lose Frighteners, but you get Back to the
Yeah.
Future.
Well, let's see.
What's the
Oh, basket case.
Do you keep the entire Frank Henenlotter
What
collection?
what does that
we do?
entail?
Oeuvre.
Tell the viewers what the Frank
Um,
Henenlotter film collection entails.
I mean, probably most disappointingly, you would lose Frankenhooker.
Yes.
Want a date?
Going out?
Mm,
Want a date?
sorry, Frankenhooker.
Super crack?
You're going away. Slashing.
Ah, man, I would kind of wanted to throw a curveball and stash this sucker. I do love basket case, man. It's just so perfect.
I know what's last, and I think you're going to be disappointed in choices when you see what you're
Who, me?
keeping.
Me?
Oh,
No. Yeah.
I
I think there's going to be a level of disappointment
well, let
here
me
for
think here.
you.
Is this the second to last one?
This is
The
the penultimate
movie. I was leaning on stashing it anyway, but now I feel bad about losing Peter Jackson. All right.
That's the
It's
beauty
awful.
of this. I don't know
Awful.
what I didn't know what order.
Nah,
Now
I'm gonna just see what Evil John has for me in the last one. I'll slash basket case. There's just not enough of a filmography back. There's
What do you have last?
Ryan is going to
it's
be
Wes
happy.
Craven.
Kern's less so.
Yes.
It's
Of
Wes
course
Craven.
it
I don't
is.
mind that.
Is it Wes Craven?
Yeah, Last House
Yes.
on the
I'm
Left.
sold. We get the Scream movies. We get Nightmare on
Yeah.
Elm Street. Like
I
we
do
get
love.
every.
You guys got rid of. Hold on. You guys got rid of Peter freaking
Sure did.
Jackson
Yeah, but
And
for
played it
Wes
off.
whoa.
Craven.
Played it off.
I'll wave a flag for
You
Wes
got rid
Craven,
of.
man.
I'm not thrilled about it
You
Shocker.
though.
can wave any flag you want for Wes Craven. You got rid of Peter Jackson to keep
Sam
him.
Raimi.
You got rid of
George
3
Romero.
movies that should have been Best Picture for Wes.
The best
Craven.
part about it is that we're like stuck on we're stuck on a few of them. But let's see, what else did we lose? District 9, The Frighteners. Like we said before, District 9 though that's a tough one to lose,
Anything
man.
he did, gone away.
Peter Jackson did Mortal Engines. He's got some stinkers
Yep.
here. He's got some stinkers.
Oh.
Some big time stinkers.
I mean, everybody does.
There's
but-
the Silmarillion one. He's riding that Lord of the Rings money.
I mean, do you count Four Rooms as a stinker for Tarantino, even though he just did
No.
a small segment?
No.
Yes,
I
Would
think
you?
I do.
it's Tarantino's stinker.
I
Well,
do.
like it's just a segment though. It's not a full film.
I mean, it's not his exclusively, but I mean, he has to bear some of that.
All right, because that's gonna say he's
Secrets
been
of
perfect.
the Force Awakening in 2016. He did a Star Wars movie.
He
Peter
probably
Jackson's
produced.
real thing, like without Lord of the Rings, without Tolkien rather, Peter Jackson's career is still burgeoning. You're still like
Yeah.
he's good. Yeah, I like this. I like this.
Probably one of the better war documentaries, and They Shall Not Grow Old.
Yeah. I saw that he's got a few of those
Yeah.
good documentaries.
Mhm. Some Beatles stuff that he's brought back, which I don't care about, but I know there are people who do.
Okay.
The Lovely Bones, look at what
Lovely
you guys
Bones
got
is a
rid of.
horrible movie. It
Oh,
was an
fine
okay
with
book
this.
concept.
oh,
Okay book concept. I did enjoy that, but the movie
oh.
couldn't even be saved by Stanley Tucci as the bad guy.
You're trying to make us feel guilty for getting rid of Peter Jackson.
He's trying
Listen,
to.
I have
trying
no
to
guilt.
Rub the
You
salt in
should.
the wounds, but the
You
cut's
should.
not that deep.
You should feel bad for
Listen,
losing
I do.
Peter
Last
Jackson.
House on the Left is
And
a
I could have
classic.
avoided it too.
You
I
should.
really thought about it, and I thought you had something better
Mhm.
coming down the pipe, but I should have thought about it.
No way to figure it out because it was completely random. I think I might do them all randomly because I like not knowing
I
what's,
mean,
what's coming
it's-
next too.
It's fun,
Keeps it
dangerous,
spicy.
but fun.
Keeps it spicy. All right, kids.
That was a good game.
That was a good game, everybody. Back to Good Boy.
Back to
So we've
Good
gotten
Boy.
into the fact that the dog's owner is sick with the big C.
Yeah.
And
He's
he's
terminal.
gone up there to finish things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog is aware of this. Are we all on the same page that the dog is noticing these things?
Yeah, I think the dog's picking up on a distinct decline
Yeah.
in his owner, in Todd.
It's the T-dog.
It senses. I mean, all dogs sense. I mean, all animals can sense when their like owner is like going through something, whether it's like sick
Mhm.
or emotions. It's like they have that sense,
Yeah.
and like you see
Yeah.
that. And I mean, Todd's
Yeah.
a dick in a couple of spots. I'm sorry to say.
Well,
And I was like, I
yeah,
get it,
Well,
but I'm like,
he is, but he is,
you,
but at that point, how much of that is Todd and how much of that is damaged brain
so it's
from a
part of it.
tumor?
That's part of it, and also the stress of knowing
You know?
that the end is nigh.
Yeah.
And he also apologizes to Indy
he does.
on more than
It's
one
just like-
occasion.
Yeah.
it's just those moments where you're just like,
Yeah, there's that when he chains him up outside, like it's come on, Todd,
Yeah, it
don't do
makes you kind
that.
of hate him for a bit. But there's also their parallels there,
Mhm.
because what my theory is, and I'm sure you guys are on the same page because it's pretty glaring, is that Todd is the monster.
yes.
The monster that Indy is seeing pop up, the ghost or monster, whatever you want to call it, the mud monster guy, is the manifestation of Todd's disease taking him over. And there's literally a scene where that does happen to
Yep.
Todd physically, which kind of cinches the deal. Like I kind of appreciate that they don't leave it super open ended. It kind of, they're like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. It's also very Grim
Yeah,
Reapery
which is kind of neat.
that this dark shadow is stalking Todd the whole
Yeah.
movie.
So it was kind of, and it's nice that it's artful in that way, so you can have the idea of death as an entity, like stalking its prey, sort of thing, and then it sort of just wraps up nicely, and that not really, we just did that for the funsies, but this is what's really going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to a real gut punch,
Which is
of an
great,
end.
by the way.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it's coming. Like, there's no way you can expect that Todd's surviving at the end
No,
of this
absolutely
movie.
not.
You're prepared for that.
They told you half an hour in.
Which then
he's not
bears, so
going
they
to.
made a film where that's happening, and they realize, well, he probably wrote it this way beforehand, but you realize that the viewer is going to be aware of this coming up. You can't just leave the ending of the movie to be anything flippity floppity after that. You have to really nail something down, and he did that. That's why I appreciated this movie.
He really did. And I've been reading the reviews, trying to cull a few good ones to share. A lot of the negativity is in that, like, oh, why does it end that way? I didn't feel anything.
Really?
It wasn't. It was.
I was moping
like,
around
it's-
for like an hour.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think if you walk away from Good Boy kind without feeling that, you've either never loved a dog or never had a
Yeah.
dog love
Yep.
you. Because, like, if you've had the love of a dog, it's a gut punch.
Hell
in the
yeah.
head. Like, you know, like that's one of the things that worries me about having cats is who's going to take care of these guys if something happens to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, my case is maybe a little more extraordinary because there's more than one cat for somebody to
You got to
take
write
care
out a
of.
list, buddy, because
But
Games.
I mean,
included.
at
If
the
somebody-
moment, they all have
There you
one
go,
place
okay.
to go, so they
was gonna
all
say.
go together, which is like. But that's the kind of thing, like if you live with animals, if you love animals,
Look
you
who
know
came
what
to
that
say hi.
is.
It's like, where am I going, Dad? Where are you sending me?
You gonna come here?
You want to
Yeah,
come
he
join?
was kind of thinking about it. So at the tail end of the movie Good Boy, when Todd dies, or as he's dying. I forget which. I
Yeah.
think after he's dead, maybe. Well, Indy is gifted entrance into the basement, into the storm
Yep.
cellar, and we have to talk about what you guys think about how those doors open because that's done by something supernatural. Todd didn't do it, and Indy didn't do it.
It's, I believe, the grandfather's dog, the one
Okay.
who tried to defend the grandfather, and that was heart wrenching when you see the bones, like it was just trapped there. No one was able to rescue it, and it died. Like, and that's the thing. Like you talking about owning a dog or having a dog, it's like they're loyal, and that dog stayed there and was loyal, and that's
Seymour
like
from
it's like
Futurama,
crap.
bro.
Oh God, don't even.
Seymour from Futurama. I still remember that crap.
It's a great episode too. It's just like, oh, he didn't remember me. He forgot about me. And then you see the montage.
Yeah, he's just there,
Damn it,
waiting.
Fry.
Oh, that one was brutal.
Hmm.
Brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it always is though. Like if you love an animal, those endings are
Hmm.
always like that.
Yeah.
I mean, sixth grade, I finished reading Old Yeller in class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm. I heard about that for a long
Yes.
time.
let's
Hey,
just
man.
let's just go
The,
behind the shed.
Where the red fern grows was another one that
yeah.
kind of kicks you. That one's at least
Hmm.
like the kid's like because of those dogs, the kid gets to go to college. He gets to go to school in the big city.
Hmm.
Ah,
And I think it's important to note too that for people who are sensitive to that kind of stuff, Indy is never in any real danger in
no,
this
No.
movie.
you do get tense and you get worried about him.
Yeah.
Todd does some
Yeah.
mean things towards
Yeah.
Indy, but never physically
Hmm.
harms him.
No.
No,
It's
no.
not like that. Yeah, good disclaimer, John,
Yeah.
or PSA, I should say.
It's a safe movie. I had to tell
Yeah,
Jada that it was a safe movie before we watched it, because
it's
that's like the question. Like, is the dog gonna die? I mean, if the dog did, I mean, it's
without
another, yeah.
the threat of that though. It does affect how scary the movie is. So it's good. You can't like know the
Hmm.
dog's not gonna get hurt.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I did not get that because I watched it with Allison, and anytime there's a dog in one of these movies, we have to know if the dog is okay or she can't watch it. So there's a website. There's Does the Dog
Yeah,
Die
forgot about that.
website that is now expanded into like every trigger warning at
Yeah,
this
true.
point.
There's different.
Is is there essay in this movie? Is there this
Is
and
James
like
Franco in this
anything that
movie?
could trigger?
All the trigger warnings,
Yeah.
right?
Is there there isn't one for is there a
No,
Skarsgård though?
What?
I think
it's
we
because
need to add that
Skellen will
for
come
Skarsgård
them.
and
warning.
find you if you put that tab on that site. That's why.
Skarsgård warning.
My boys, my boys must do well. Thanks, Skellen.
Listen,
So
you did.
Did you just make a Norwegian guy an
I don't know.
Italian
That's kind of how
mobster?
Skellen sounds to me. Just like that's
You
his default.
good. Goodwill Hunting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Wait, is he Norwegian or is he Swedish? Now I'm not sure.
Scandinavian.
some kind of
Scandinavian.
Viking. That's what
He's
I
from
always say
there.
when it's one of the Baltics or something. He's some kind of Viking. A lot of Europe was real mad at him for a while. That's what he is. And now I'm just mad at his kid for
Yeah.
ruining Randall Flagg.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys a question. If you cast your dog in a movie, it's not nepotism because that's a family member. Is it dogpatism?
Should be dogmatism.
No, no, because
Mutism?
you gotta work with an animal that you trust. You know,
You
just
do.
saying.
You do. And honestly, I think it works. For me, it works better that Indy is not a trained stage dog.
Yeah,
It's more natural.
I agree.
He works better that way. And I guess there were scenes, maybe that's part of the reason they chose to blur faces, not just for dog vision, but also there were scenes where Leonberg had to stand in for the guy that played Todd because he couldn't get the reactions from Indy.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay.
It
Interesting.
makes sense. I mean, how can you
It's
get
his
it? Like,
dog.
that's what I was gonna say. You can't get like a stranger to
Mhm.
like do it unless it's like a personal friend, maybe. But even then, that's like a little tricky. I figured he starred in the role as well as directed, so that's a nice little tidbit there.
Nope. Yeah.
There are times too
Yeah.
where you might imagine that it would be difficult because you are the owner and you want the dog to react a certain way, but the dog feels safe near you. So the dog's not acting like it's
Mhm.
scared of what's in the woods. I mean, there's scenes that they have to shoot Indy
Mhm.
getting shook and worried and stuff like that. And how do you conjure that
Yeah.
to get the whine from the dog without being cruel to the dog? Like, it's tough
Mhm.
work,
I
man.
think I read a lot of the wines and stuff were put in post
Smart.
production.
Okay.
Very smart.
Yeah. Cuz I mean, I think it's hard to ethically get any dog to make some of those noises.
Truth. Truth. That's a good point.
Truth.
All right. So do you guys want to hear what some other people thought
Sure,
of
and
the
then we'll
Good
Yes.
go
Boy?
through the end real quick because we got to know. I got to hear what you think about the ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, 5 stars. What a brilliant concept. Indy is such a good actor. They did a fantastic job having him reflect the emotions needed. We need more unique movies like this. Here's to hoping he wins an
There's a
award.
lot of people out there that are hoping Indy is nominated at the very least for awards for this movie.
The the Dog
But not
Academy
even that.
Up
They
Awards.
for
want
it.
him up. There was that other famous dog, or dog that was kept getting put up next to people for awards, for horror
Airbud.
awards. It
Oh,
wasn't near Bud. No. Sorry, the cat's chasing his tail right next to me. It's definitely got my attention. Um, so it's. I just find that interesting that that happened for starters.
The
Is that what they're
Pupskers.
called, the
Puffs.
Pupskers?
No,
It's
I
pretty
just made
funny
that
though.
up.
Give him in little,
I think we
get
should
him in
do
little
that.
tuxedos.
Xenomania presents the
Pupskers.
Pupskers.
Okay.
Honorary mention the Huskies from the thing.
The
Just saying.
Huskies.
There are a lot of dogs in movies. We may revisit that topic in a
Cujo.
little while. 1 star. Boring and not scary at all. Very repetitive scenes of just a dog looking and stuff. Terrible acting. Waste of time.
Terrible
Number
acting.
1. This movie is an
Yeah.
hour and
Yeah.
13 minutes.
You didn't waste it.
You've wasted this guy has wasted an hour and 13 minutes staring out the window. This guy has probably spent an hour and 13 minutes trying to figure out how to flush a toilet.
I hope not.
I was gonna
That's a
say, it's
travesty.
bold of you to assume.
Listen,
This guy
he's
sounds
the
like
one.
the type that keeps it around.
He's the one who puts that saran wrap plunger that's
There
going
you
around
go.
Instagram and they press through. That's that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's this
That
guy.
was a
Or maybe it's this guy. Half a star. Garbage. The story goes nowhere. And now that I think about it, it started from nowhere. Also, there was zero plot in this
don't
movie.
all stories start from nowhere.
Rotten Tomatoes to be ashamed of
To
yourself.
be
Yes,
ashamed
that
of
last
yourself.
sentence. Rotten Tomatoes to be ashamed of
They
yourself.
should be ashamed for writing that. I mean, I it's their story. Like, what would they say to the older films that were at least an hour and 12 minutes, like Frankenstein or Dracula, like the black and whites, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like, and they had story. It's the same thing in the modern age.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just somebody who really didn't relate to the dogs, I think. Like, if you don't relate to Indy,
Would have
it's
been
gonna
better
be
with a
tough.
mongoose. I'm just like,
Good
I'm just
animal,
saying.
Joey.
I mean, this sounds like somebody whose interest in horror doesn't go much beyond the Warrens, and that's what it is.
Bah. Damn
It-
you,
This
Blumhouse.
wasn't The Conjuring, so I didn't
Damn
like
you,
it.
Blumhouse, for doing this to us. All right.
All right,
It's all you, buddy. No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. I was gonna.
no, you wanted to double.
So okay, so at the end of the movie, Todd's dead.
Yes.
You get the big reveal
Todd's
We get the big reveal in the cellar about what happened to Todd's grandfather and I don't know Bingo or whatever his grandfather's dog's name was. I don't know what the dog.
Oh, think I have it somewhere in my notes, but I
It's
won't
What's
okay.
find it.
And then we get something of a rescue for Indy. Okay, so
yes,
what's your
Yes.
interpretation
Todd's
and
sister
the
Vera.
vegan? So what's your
Yes.
interpretation of the ending of the movie? What made it so good for you?
I think it's the loyalty. I think it's the love the dog has for Todd that he doesn't try he doesn't try to get out of the basement. He sits and waits by those doors guarding
yep.
Todd.
And
That's what I get. And that ultimately Indy will continue to see Todd. Like you can take this sort of sadness from that it's he's lost his person or whatever. But just the way Indy's looking out the window as he drives off with Vera sort of makes me believe that he
like
can
there's a
still see
lamentation
Todd.
kind of thing going on there.
I
So
Hmm.
what?
agree with that.
Okay.
That's what I
All
think.
right. So it was an impactful ending for John for that reason. Do you have anything to spin on it,
Mhm.
Ryan?
I agree with a lot of what John says, especially like after the end credits rolls. There's another very scenes of him sticking his head out, and he goes through the woods, and you can hear Todd's whistle, and that kind of
Yeah.
leads them back to Vera. But it's like it's the starting of a new bond because he lost his person, but he still has another person in Vera, and Vera was loyal to Todd because as much as he pushed her away, just like he was trying to push Indy away, she finally had the courage to go through with it and find him, just as Indy was waiting to protect him.
Yeah, she was
So it's
worried
like,
about Todd the whole movie.
yeah, it's a nice like
Yeah.
it's nice how they get together, and it's like the dog's gonna be okay, Indy's gonna be okay, everything's fine, and it's heartwarming for like a horror film. And
Hmm.
Yeah.
sometimes you
Oh,
don't want
very.
that. Sometimes you want like gore and blood, but this is like the perfect ending for it.
I agree. This is one of those
Hmm.
examples where suspense and filmmaking do a good job of making it scary and spooky, and you don't need gore and blood and all that for this particular film. I just liked at the end when Indy is next to the dog that stayed, and that dog let him into the
Yes.
basement. Now, why the dog let him into the basement is
Hmm.
up in the air too. Did that dog want Indy to die with his owner too, or something, or did he want to save him? That's
I think save.
You think save? I think so too. I
Yeah.
think that everything was pointing to Indy to
I th-
live.
hmm I don't necessarily think it's really either of those. I think it's more he let him in so he could accompany Todd
And
to
then
the
it's up
end.
to him at that point. And then Vera
Yeah.
comes and sort of now does she save Indy or does Indy choose to live? That's the big thing with this. Because Indy could choose to sit next to Todd and
I
die
think
with him.
that's a
Yeah,
good
he
question.
could. But I mean that's sort of would fly in the face of Todd's sort of
Right.
final
Which
wishes to
was not
Indy
to do
too.
that. Well,
Yeah.
specifically. But yeah,
Yeah.
that it had me
So,
thinking a little bit more than I might have thought this kind of movie would have me thinking at the end, which I appreciated about this movie.
mhm.
It's a good movie.
It
Let's
Yeah.
was.
rate this SOB,
Yeah.
boys. What do you got on this one,
Yeah.
Ryan? Out of
I'm
5.
out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I
It's a
will.
perfect movie. It's a perfect movie.
It is a perfect
It's a
movie because
perfect movie, everybody.
I'm a dog owner.
I
I understand. I relate to it very strongly. Just the idea that your dog is your best friend. They're always going to be loyal, and there's a connection. And I could see my dogs in Indy, and just how they are with me, and how Indy's with Todd, and it's like I'm sold. So that's my
We're gonna
five
start
out of
calling
five.
Ryan's reviews are now called the subjective reviews. That's what we're gonna call them.
listen, listen. I can see a case the way I rate movies to say that this is a five. Also, I won't, but I can see where like because this is
Don't get
one of those that
smarmy because
fits
he
what
said I
it's
could in another universe have given this a 5.
it. it fits. It does exactly what it sets out to do. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It tells a story that has some emotional
Mhm.
heft to it. But that said, I think it's a 4 for me. I think it's a really, really good movie. I don't think
You
it's
gave it a 4, or
perfect,
did you give it a 4
but I
point?
think
Okay.
a 4. No, I'm a straight 4. A straight 4 on this one. It may go higher watching it more because it's definitely something I'll revisit. Not immediately because I think it's something that needs room to breathe. You need to take some space from
Yeah,
it
there's a lot of
to come
Yep.
gruesome
back
stuff
to
to
it.
sift through with this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like in the Olympics when
But
the
yeah.
the challenge, like the challenging nature of the move is a certain part of the score, and then actually landing it
Hmm.
is a part of the score. This isn't that hard to pull off
Yeah.
as far as like what they did with the movie story and things like that. Yeah, it's difficult to do a movie with your dog over 4 or 3 years, 400 days of shooting, but like I can't give it higher than I'm giving it a 4 as well, by the way, because I loved it. But it's just not there's not enough to lift up the mountaintop to put it in the echelon of the 5-star movies that exist. I don't think I've given one 5 yet on here.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Frankenstein, I
Frankenstein.
Did I give that a 5?
I
Yeah.
think
Yes, you
I think
did.
Frankenstein might have swept with
Did I?
fives.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
regret it.
I
I don't regret
think
it, but I feel like that was like a
I'd
four
have to go
seven
I-
back
five.
and
if you
sure,
had
but
Del Toro on that list, we would have stashed him over
I
Peter
would
Jackson.
give Shape of Water a 5 maybe. I would give Frankenstein a 5 and not lose any sleep over it. This is an amazing movie, and it's definitely, if you guys haven't seen it and you listen to this episode, shame on you, first of all. And second of all, go watch this movie. It's really good. It's really good.
and it'll take you about the same length of time as an episode of some TV show that you're not going to
Yeah,
pay
it's like one
attention
episode of
to.
House of Dragons is this movie.
Yep,
So, all
Yeah.
right, guys, that was a good one tonight.
that was.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for some top fives, some top fit if it is.
Top fives, and I went the animal route. I went with top five animals. I went broad because, like,
You did top 5 broads?
no, top five broad animals.
Oh,
That's
top 5
Broad
sexist,
broad
Ryan.
animals.
animals.
So
Broad
so
animals.
so it's
No,
Female
no,
female
animals.
animals?
it's broad, so it's all around. It's all around, and we're gonna start off.
Fat female animals?
No, not fat female
Why are they
animals.
so
Like broad.
round? Or
It's
all
Whoa.
around?
it's every animal. It's a lot of
Wow,
animals,
Ryan.
guys. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
So we're gonna start off with not the first one, which is a classic starring Karen Black, but we're gonna go with the sequel, and that's Trilogy of Terror 2, directed by Dan Curtis, starring Lisette Anthony, and it goes. There's three stories with it. The doll's the best, but we're gonna start off with number one, the Graveyard Rats. Basically, a millionaire dies, and his conniving wife, who is having an affair, um, basically sneaks into his crypt to steal some jewels, and the rats get her
They
and
get her good.
devour her. Oh yeah, they do.
Who's the real rat in that story, though? Is it the conniving wife, or is it
Um
the rodents that devour her soul?
Lizette Anthony is the rat in that feature.
She's
Just
Master
saying.
Splinter for sure.
Which leads to my number four. It's a cult classic. I love snakes, so I have to include Anaconda. I mean, Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, John Voight, Eric Stoltz, Jonathan Hyde, Owen Wilson. I think Danny Trejo's
Really
in
did
it
have a
too.
good cast. Oh my god.
Like it's an excellent cast. I mean, even John Voight's ponytail, but it's just not. It's horrible, but it's horrible in a good way.
See, I don't think
That's
it's
pretty
even
good. That is
horrible. I
pretty
think it's
good.
pretty good.
Are you
I
saying
think
it?
Even the
Anaconda's
CGI
one of
kind of holds
those.
up a little.
It sets out to do something stupid and it achieves it. And you know what? I'm gonna say this too. The Jack Black Paul Rudd one,
It is
I
kind
fun.
of
I
didn't see
fun.
watched
it.
it too
I kind
because
of
it's
enjoyed it.
also
Kind of
exactly
enjoyed.
what it tells you what it is from the beginning.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's
It's
kind of
not an
fun.
it's not a horror movie in any
Listen,
way. Yeah,
no,
it's
There-
no. The Anaconda sequels aren't particularly good, but the original Anaconda is a
I mean,
solid,
it's the
solid movie.
cast, and like you get a young Owen Wilson. Like what else did like I think that same year he did The Haunting.
yeah.
So
He was in
like
a couple horror movies
yeah,
that time.
but
Cool.
I'll be honest. Number three, I'm happy I didn't I stashed Sam Raimi because then I would have had to get rid of this movie, and that's Crawl. Um, Stars Kea Scodelario and Barry Pepper as a daughter and father who, along with their dog, find themselves trapped in a crawl space of their home and preyed upon alligators during a Category 5 hurricane in Florida. Have you guys seen Crawl?
I tried to.
I tried to.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
It's so good. Like that, you're
I
just
don't like it.
trapped.
I don't like it.
I like
It's
Crawl.
so good. Like the
I don't like
alligator
it.
swimming around.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Well,
I
do you,
wasn't a believer.
so if you don't like the waters and the alligators, do you prefer roads?
I just didn't like the movie. Oh, okay. See, it's a lead-in. Yes, I do prefer
You like
roads.
those roads?
Those damn
Because
roads.
number two is Pet Cemetery. I love that movie.
Nice.
It's so good, and like you get the cat gets brought back to life, the dog, and then you get into humans,
Church.
and it's so. It's just I might have to watch that tonight. It's my sleeping movie. We all know
That's
the
not a good
story.
idea.
What do you mean?
Because
Just
inevitably at this, especially at this age, you like this is a good idea, and you're passing out, and then some blood curdling scream rips you up 15 minutes after you've actually hit REM sleep, and you're awake for 4 hours now.
I was waiting to hear the footsteps.
Where did the scream
Exactly.
come
I
from?
was waiting to hear the footsteps of the little kid with the scalpel
Oh, also that's terrifying too. That's a good point.
right under the
That
bed.
happened when I was sick. It was like a mid-afternoon passing out, and I got jarred awake by whatever was on TV being 10 times louder for a second. And I was up again. I was like, no. I was like blissfully unconscious from my pain for a second. God damn it. Anyway.
Well, this is my number one, so this is going to be painful. And my number one is a classic, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. It's The Birds. You got to go with The Birds, and they're like the main attraction, man, in the horror film.
They
Going
are
after people, killing people. It's like
hacking their eyes out.
yes.
Yep.
So, but that's my top
Mm.
five, and we don't even know what happened. Why those birds went crazy? There's no answer.
They should have done that in The Happening. M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong should have done that.
He, yeah, he messed up, but
He messed
that's
up a lot. A lot of different
yeah,
ways.
The
Yeah.
Village.
All
But
right. It's,
that's my top five.
it's John's top 5 time.
I'm
Good job, Ryan.
curious.
Good job, Ryan.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
My top 5 is not that dissimilar from Ryan's. I focused on a single animal.
Not broad.
I went with
Not big back
not broads.
female
I mean,
animals.
some of them might be broads, but it's not that broad. I went with top 5 good boys who
Magic
live.
Mike.
Oh.
XXL.
Top 5 good boys who live. So I want to start with 3 honorable mentions. 2 of them are honorable mentions because I put them on lists like within the last month and a half. One of them is Nanook from The
Oh, nice.
Lost Boys,
Okay.
and Barney
Yeah.
from Gremlins. And I want to acknowledge the gateway to horror that is
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Fair enough.
You could have put the movie on there.
Scooby-Doo and George Romero. I don't really consider Scooby to be horror. I think he's horror adjacent. It's more like scary
Zombie
mysteries.
Island. Scooby Doo and Zombie Island, my sir. That was a horror film.
There's
I haven't seen all
creepy
all
Instagram
those,
short. I
but
don't know if I
dear-
shared it with one of you or not, or you guys shared it with me or whatever. But it's Velma, and she's in like a time thing with Scooby. It's
No.
really trippy,
I
and then
thought you're.
he keeps
I
like
think that's-
growing her. Like she realizes she's not the first Velma, and he has to kill her.
Yes.
Or he has to take her out.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. I don't remember if you shared that with me or if I found it on my
That
own.
one
I've
hit. I
definitely
was like,
seen
whoa, that was
yeah.
messed up. I like that.
I gotta see that.
We're gonna find it for you,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Oh, please.
So we'll start with number 5, and it's Buzz
Oh,
from
nice.
Poltergeist.
Wait. Oh, we got rid of Toby
Um,
Hooper. He doesn't exist.
I did not
Yeah,
get
he
rid of
did. He's like,
Toby
he did
Hooper.
not.
You clowns got rid of Toby
You
Hooper.
clown.
I
I thought it was Universal.
I did not. No, it's just for you guys. It's just for no. Wait, you guys think these games apply
I
to
would
me?
think.
Yeah, I thought that
Yeah.
was the.
Oh
You're-
no. No, 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 no. This is all only in your
And
worlds, your realms. Do these movies no longer exist? They still exist to me. I am not
well,
endorsing some of the
we
things you guys have slashed these games.
it's a lot of regret.
Um, but back to Good Boy Buzz. He's the traditional family dog. He's loyal. He's protective. He's part vacuum, and he is damn cute. Buzz also helps Carol Ann mourn her canary at the canary funeral, and he helps find her when she vanishes. Good boy, Buzz. Good boy. My number 4, we're going to get Barney on this list anyway, because number 4 is Gypsy in Pumpkinhead, who is the same dog as Barney from
Even
Gremlins.
better. I didn't realize that. Cool.
Okay.
I didn't either until I was looking up this list. So Gypsy is played by Mushroom, the same dog who played Barney. So a 2-time hero pup.
Nice.
While Gypsy is inadvertently involved in the incident that leads to the death of Billy Harley and the resurrection of Pumpkinhead, he's a dog, so
He's
it's
a
not
dog.
his fault. He's a dog.
It's not
It's
his
not
fault.
his fault, and he's a good boy.
He was just playing.
Gypsy's a good boy, or maybe playing a girl in this. I'm not sure. I feel like Gypsy is very often a girl name.
Both.
I just
It's
don't
all right.
trust them
But
around my money.
I don't know.
That's all I know about them.
I don't know. Name your dog what you want to name your dog. My number 3 is a very good boy. It's Toby from Friday the 13th
Yes.
Part 8. Jason
Don't
Takes
kick
Manhattan. Toby doesn't mess with danger though. He flees. He runs when there's danger, but that doesn't make him less of a good boy. He's just a smart
Agreed.
good boy.
With self-preservation skills.
Yes, he's frightened by a vision of Jason drowning, but Toby's true strength is as an emotional support dog for Rennie, and he eventually gains enough courage to intervene when muggers come after her. Good boy, Toby. My number 2, we're gonna visit Ryan's list for our good girl Sugar from
Oh
Kroll.
boy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Ryan ran it down pretty good. I'll give you another one. Alexander Aja, hurricanes, alligators, but Sugar the dog is arguably the biggest hero, providing constant distractions from the hungry gators so her newly found people can escape. Good girl, Sugar. And my number 1.
That's our soundbite. We're keeping
My
that
number
one.
1.
It's gonna
Yep.
be my
Yep. Maybe the best good boy in any horror movie. It's Harry from the
Okay.
Amityville
Okay.
Horror. The
Yep.
original
Not in space.
1979 version, because among its other failures, the remake kills the
Oh,
dog.
that's right. You're right. Yeah, it's not okay.
While his incessant barking bothers his family, it's a warning that they don't listen to. Remember, we said it early in the episode, dogs and kids see the ghosts
they do.
first. His warning falls on deaf ears, but our brave good boy persists. Good boy.
Good job, Harry.
Good job, Harry.
And that's my top 5 good boys in horror
That was
who
a good-
survive.
That was a good one too.
And then there's a couple others. I was going to do The Hills Have Eyes, but it's only 50-50 on dogs that survive.
So we're not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not gonna honor
Yeah.
that crap.
No.
All dogs go to
Yeah,
Good
I
heaven.
mean,
movie.
listen, Beast is a good boy. Beauty was a good girl.
All dogs go to
Beauty.
heaven. You had to
R.I.P.
Throw
make
that
that
out
reference.
there. Had to throw that out there. That was scarring too. We were kids, man. We didn't sign
Yeah.
up for that crap. Our parents
Us.
made us watch that.
Land Before Time.
The amount of scarring I got as a 70s
Oh, yeah.
and 80s kid. Watership Down at like 8 years
What
Watership
old.
Down.
yeah, it's there. The fact that nobody like taught them that just because there's animals in the movie doesn't mean it's a kids movie. Although All Dogs Go to Heaven was a kids movie, but still,
Yes.
Watership Down wasn't.
Watership Down, bro. Oh.
We watched that in school, but like later,
Oh.
like ninth grade or 8th grade or something.
John's having
Anywho.
PTSD from
All right,
this.
guys.
No, if we watched that when I was in school, I think I cut that whole unit.
Next year, April Fool's Day, Xenomania, Watership Down.
Let's see.
Hell, no, I am never
All
watching that
right,
movie
we're definitely
again.
going to revisit this. But for this week, guys, that was Good Boy. Hope you enjoyed it. We're getting out of here.
Have a good one, guys.
Hey, yeah.
All right.
Be very afraid.